In the garden of my mind, I envision it as a place to nurture and cultivate. At first, it resembles a neglected patch of dirt, overrun with the brambles of self-hatred and the rocks of despair, anger, and worry. There's even an old gnarled tree called fear that desperately needs pruning. Yet, I'm not disheartened by this state because I know that with a little care and attention, any garden can thrive. So I begin by removing those thorny brambles and clearing away the heavy rocks. It's hard work, but with each step, my soil becomes more fertile and receptive. Once the ground is prepared, I carefully plant the seeds of joy and prosperity. These tiny thoughts take root, and I nourish them with sunlight and nurturing attention. At first, there may not be much visible growth, but I'm patient, knowing that Rome wasn't built in a day. Just as in tending a garden, I understand that the mind requires consistent care. I choose my thoughts wisely, nurturing the ones that align with my goals and dreams. Over time, these thoughts flourish and contribute to the beautiful garden of experiences I wish to create in my life. It's essential to remember that we're all human, and making mistakes is part of our journey. I've learned to embrace my imperfections and resist the curse of perfectionism. Learning something new takes time, and it's perfectly okay not to get it right the first time. Think about it. When you first clasp your hands together, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Sometimes the unfamiliar can feel strange or even wrong. But with practice, it becomes more natural, just like adopting new thought patterns. Loving ourselves wholly may not happen overnight, but it's a process we can nurture daily. By giving ourselves a little more love each day, we make steady progress. In a few months, we'll find that we've come a long way in our self-love journey. Mistakes, far from being something to punish ourselves for, are valuable stepping stones in our growth. They are our teachers, guiding us toward greater fulfillment. Instead of dwelling on our errors, we should focus on learning and growing from them. Sometimes, despite our efforts, old issues resurface. It's important not to give up or resist. Just like reinforcing a garden with new techniques, we need to be gentle and kind to ourselves. When those negative thoughts and weeds creep in, we should pluck them out promptly, just as we would with unwanted growth in a garden. Above all, let us learn to be kind to our minds. We don't need to hate ourselves for having negative thoughts. Instead, we can see these thoughts as opportunities to build ourselves up rather than beating ourselves down. Blame, guilt, punishment, and pain have no place in this garden. They are replaced by understanding, growth, and self-compassion. Relaxation is like a key that unlocks the immense power within us. It's absolutely essential on this journey. When we're tense and frightened, we inadvertently shut off our energy flow. But guess what? It only takes a few minutes each day to let our body and mind relax. You see, at any given moment, you can take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let go of all the tension you've been carrying. As you exhale, feel yourself becoming centered. In the stillness, silently affirm to yourself, "I love you, all is well." Notice how this simple act calms your inner storm. You're building a foundation that says you don't have to go through life feeling tense and frightened all the time. Now let's talk about meditation. Society sometimes makes it seem mysterious and complicated, but it's one of the oldest and simplest practices out there. You don't have to stop your mind from thinking. That's nearly impossible. Instead, slow down your thoughts and let them flow through. Find a quiet place and get comfortable. Then repeat a word or phrase that holds meaning for you, like love or peace. Even the ancient sound Om can work wonders. As you meditate, just observe your thoughts like passing clouds, some fearful, some loving, some chaotic. Don't attach importance to them, just let them be. Meditation is about connecting with your higher self, your inner wisdom. You can do it your way, during a jog while walking, or like me on your knees in the garden, digging in the earth. There's no wrong way to do it. Visualization is another powerful tool. It's about creating a clear, positive image that amplifies your affirmations. Make sure your visualizations align with who you are deep down. For instance, if you're not a killer type, don't visualize your body's defenses attacking like soldiers. Instead, try something gentler, like the sun melting away the unwanted cells, or a magician waving a wand to transform them. When I faced my own health challenges, I visualized cool, clear water washing away the illness from my body. It felt right to me. For those we care about who are unwell, let's not do them an injustice by continuously picturing them sick. Instead, visualize them in perfect health, surrounded by healing light and love. Send them vibrations of well-being from your heart. Your thoughts and visualizations have incredible power. Use them wisely. Remember that the journey towards wellness ultimately lies in the hands of the individual. There are numerous valuable audio tapes with guided visualizations and meditations that can be shared to aid their healing process, but it's crucial that they are open to receiving such support. If they are not, the most powerful gesture you can offer is sending them love. Visualizations are a remarkable tool that everyone can harness. Whether it's envisioning your dream home, indulging in a beautiful daydream, or even imagining how you'd handle a difficult situation gracefully, all of these are visualizations. The mind's capacity to create and manifest is truly astounding. Now let's talk about something I hold dear, self-praise. Criticism has a knack for breaking down the spirit, while praise has the opposite effect. It uplifts and strengthens. Begin by acknowledging your inherent power, your divine self. We are all expressions of infinite intelligence. When you berate yourself, you diminish the very power that created you. Start with the small victories. Tell yourself that you are wonderful. And don't just do it once. Repetition is key. Even if it's just for a minute at a time, keep at it. Trust me, it does get easier with practice. I remember the thrill of my first time speaking at the Church of Religious Science in New York. It was a Friday noon meeting, and I answered questions from the audience. Afterward, I walked away from the podium saying to myself, "Louise, you were fantastic for your first time. By the 6th time, you'll be a pro." I didn't berate myself for any shortcomings. I focused on celebrating my achievements. This positive approach allowed me to improve with each attempt without dreading the next. This method of self-praise and self-encouragement can be applied in various aspects of life. It's about allowing yourself to accept the good, whether you think you deserve it or not. Often, our beliefs about not deserving can block the good from flowing into our lives. How can we create and manifest good if we don't believe we deserve it? Reflect on the belief patterns ingrained in your home environment. Did you ever feel not good enough, not smart enough, not tall enough, not pretty enough, or not whatever enough? Remember, you are here for a reason, and it goes far beyond acquiring material possessions. What are you willing to do to fulfill your purpose? Are you willing to use tools like affirmations, visualizations, and treatments? Are you willing to forgive and let go of the past? Are you willing to embrace meditation as a way to connect with your inner wisdom? The effort you invest in nurturing your mind and spirit can profoundly transform your life into the one you truly desire.